Let's go off. Speaking about going off, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him in, Pat Pagano. Good morning, Pat.
And a good morning to you, Marshall.
So now this weekend, the big event, the real big event was Trade Secrets, and they had to park cars like 8 miles away because their parking lot was all muddy and they couldn't park cars there. But they had weather for the rest of the day that was nice, and also on Sunday it started out with rain.
Right.
But then it turned into a nice sunny day. So basically, Saturday and Sunday did turn into the winners that we expected them to be. Except on Saturday, we were set up at Lime Rock Park for the grand opening party they had. And I forgot to send our NPR gals out with the pins that pin down, the stakes that you put into the ground, and then the weights that go on top of to keep the tent from blowing away. As they were setting up, the tent started to blow away. They tried to catch it. The tent crumbled and it was destroyed. And then they had all these racks of clothes all set up and everything, and the winds blew all that over because we didn't have the tent with the sides to prevent it. And so it was a horrible experience, but we'll be back and do it right next year because the new tent's on the way. And I take full responsibility because I really did not remind both Liz and Maddie to take the weights and the stakes in the ground. Had they had that, that wouldn't have happened.
So you'll get a second chance.
That's right. I'll get a second chance. And Pat, I did not watch your movie on Sunday, but I have a good excuse.
Uh-oh.
I have a good excuse. We went to Jersey and came back. Pat, 2 accidents on the way down. Saw 2 major accidents on the way back. I was so tired on Sunday when I got back from work in the morning here. I sat in my chair. I got the DVD all set up. I put it in. I started it. Next thing I know, I wake up. The DVDs popped out.
So it played itself to the cats.
So I've got to watch. I would just fell right to sleep. Sorry about that. I apologize.
That's okay. When you were passing those accidents, you didn't notice me in one of them, did you?
No, did you get in an accident?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
On 87, going toward the Tappan Zee Bridge, coming home. It was bumper to bumper.
Yep.
It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Bumper to bumper, basically not moving. Just sitting there not moving, and all of a sudden...
Boom.
Right. Guy in back of me hits me. My brand new leased Nissan Rogue.
How much damage?
Not much on my car. His car was, I think, a 2009 Honda, and his hood buckled, and the grill was dented. It was 3 young men and a woman from Massachusetts. And I said to him, I said, didn't you see we were stopped? And he answered, but I couldn't understand him because he didn't speak English.
Well, people in Connecticut call Massachusetts drivers.
No.
I'll tell you what, I'll send you it.
Okay.
It begins with Mass. Okay, it begins with Mass. And it ends with holes, okay? Okay.
I got you. Okay. And I said, did you call the police? Because I saw him on his cell phone. And he shook his head. No. So I don't know who he was calling. So I went back into the car, and Nissan has this thing where you press the button and immediately, and right away Nissan came in. They took the information. They knew where it was because they were able to locate the car.
GPS, yeah.
Right? So they said, we'll have a state trooper there. It took a while to get the state trooper there because everything was going, hardly going. It was bumper to bumper. And state trooper came, took down all the information, gave me the accident report. 2 hours later now, we finally get home. And I figured that it's a Saturday evening, but I'm going to call Allstate because I don't want to sit on this.
That's exactly
right. I
want
to report the accident right away.
You call it right away, yeah.
So I did, and she was very, very lovely. She took down all the information, and she said, I called up your policy. This is their major number, the overall number.
Yeah.
And she says, there's only one thing, Pat. I said, what? She said, you don't have collision. I said, that's impossible. She said, I don't see it here. I said, ma'am, it's impossible. It's a brand new leased car. Nissan would have never leased the car without collision. She says, well, we'll have to look into that. I says, well, in the meantime, what do I do? She says, sit tight. So today I'm calling my agent. And I will find out what the story is there.
Well,
but in any event, the bottom left bumper, where there was a sensor, not a camera, but a sensor, that was damaged. And on the right-hand side, it looks like the bumper separated from the body, but all that looks like it has to be pushed back. So it doesn't look like there's too much damage at all.
$2,000 to $3,000.
Wow, for that little bit?
Well, because the bumper, they're gonna have to see about what happened on the impact of the impact absorbing bumper.
Okay.
They're gonna have to check that out. They're gonna basically figure when you get in an accident today, if there's a dent or anything like that, figure around $2,000, really. Because you got all these sensors and everything all over the place.
You got it.
So,
yeah.
But at least you're not.
Let's get back. Right. Everybody's fine. Thank you. The cabin was fine. Just found a few little tiny turds here and there. So looks like all the bags of mouse stuff that we put and everything worked out very well.
Now,
so
be prepared for that guy not to have insurance.
They said he has insurance.
Yeah.
It says on there out-of-state insurance. And they put the 3 letters of the identifier.
Oh, okay. Well, you're lucky. You're lucky.
Yeah, so let me get back to our forecast, which calls for the chance of showers and thunderstorms today. Some could be severe, and we think it's this afternoon, folks. Watch out for that. Low 80s. We clear it out tonight in the 50s. Tomorrow, we'll have a wind, but sun and clouds, beautiful. 65 to 70. Wednesday, even nicer. 75 with sunshine. Thursday into Friday, another chance of showers. No stab for the holiday weekend at this point. It's too unstable. I'd rather wait before I start telling people, Saturday looks good, Sunday doesn't, Monday looks good. Let's just wait, Marshall, until about Wednesday before we take a good stab at that. But I could just tell you right now, tomorrow and Wednesday will be nice days.
All right. We can use some nice days. Now, Pat?
Yes.
Stay relaxed, stay cool.
I am.
And when you speak to your insurance agent today,
yes, be
stern, but be nice.
Right. Isn't there saying you're in good hands with Allstate?
Yeah.
Let's see how good the hands are.
We'll see. There's no way that you could have gotten that car registered without having insurance on. It just wouldn't happen.
Without collision. Exactly.
It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
All right, Pat. I will check with you mañana.
All righty, you take care.
Take care, Pat.
Bye-bye.
Pat Pagano on the Weather Center this morning with a check on the tri-state forecast.